Oh my gosh, last night's episode of Love After Lockup was so freaking good. If only every episode could be as good as last night's episode. So I want to talk about Joey and Michael. They went to Joey's family's barbecue turned intervention. And Michael and Joey were headed back to the hotel after leaving. And did you guys notice when Joey's family was saying bye to Michael, they're like, oh, we'll see you soon. And Michael's just looking at them like, no, the hell you won't. So they end up getting back in the car after leaving the barbecue. And Joey's like, well, that went well. And Michael was like, are you kidding me? And Joey was like, yeah, it went good. And Michael was like, no, that was a lot of pressure. I was not feeling that. Here's my opinion. I feel like if Michael was going to stay on the straight and narrow, he wouldn't have minded that barbecue that much because he would have been like, I'm going to prove you guys wrong. I'm going to see this for the long haul. But it seemed like instead he just got triggered because he isn't ready to leave that life behind. The man's been literally plotting on his next high since he's walked out the prison gates. I just feel like Joey's family is trying to make Michael confront a reality that he's not yet ready to face. And I think that Michael feels like he's not in control of his life since he's not on drugs. And being on drugs is the one thing that makes him feel in control because he doesn't know how to live any other way. That's all he knows. And until someone's ready to change, you cannot make that person be ready. You can have all the external pressure you want put on that person, but it's going to be counterproductive if that person is not ready to change. Like they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And I think the family's just trying to shine a spotlight on things that Michael's not ready to confront. So after this barbecue, they leave and they get back to the hotel, and I think Joey's all excited thinking they're about to go to the room and get frisky because they've yet to hook up since Michael's been released from prison. And Michael talks up and down about how much of a sexual person he is, and instead Michael takes Joey to the side and he says, look, I don't think that this is gonna work out. And Joey thought that Michael was kidding and playing with him again, kind of like when he was trying to act like he failed a drug test. He's like, are you serious? And Michael's like, yeah, I'm serious. I am not ready to get sober. I don't want to drag you down. He realized when Joey's family was talking that a lot of them were right about their concerns and that he just wasn't ready to live up to their standards and what they were wanting from him. And I will give it to him for at least showing that he cares about Joey as a person, because if he didn't, he could have easily dragged Joey along down with him like he did last time. Or he could have just sat there and went out, relapsed, and still had Joey on the side stringing him along. We've seen how much Joey likes to make excuses for Michael, so I wouldn't have even been shocked if Joey would have let him stay around for a while if he did go and disappear and quit picking up his phone calls. But I just think that it was obvious that Michael did not want a future with Joey when he went to that barbecue. He said he kind of knew after the first night when he was not trying to have sex with Joey. He said he just didn't want it at all, and he's a sexual person. I think he respects Joey as a person, but I think he prefers the high Joey because the high Joey doesn't hold him accountable and lets Michael be high Michael. And Michael just is not feeling sober Joey because he just wants to go out and do what he wants to do and not have to feel ashamed about it. And it was obvious that Michael wasn't even trying with Joey's family. But again, I can't knock him for at least being honest. Like, the man just doesn't know how to live a sober life. And it's sad. But I will give it to him for at least being honest. I just wish he would have been honest with Joey before meeting his family, because like Joey said, he's been defending Michael for the past year. He dragged his family into this and let his family meet Michael and get attached to Michael just to turn around and say, yup, oopsie, Michael decided to leave, scratch that, we're no longer together. I feel like he should have sat there and told him before meeting the family. But Michael said that was the straw that broke the camel's back that made him realize, look, I can't put Joey through this. I know I'm going to relapse, so it's best for me to just distance myself from him. And Joey was heartbroken. He stormed off. Michael kept kind of coming back and chasing him. And I think that just goes to show like how much Michael still cared, because you know that man was ready to drive off and relapse. Like, he's just waiting for a chance to call his plug. as soon as he can. And I thought that's what he was going to do after he broke up with Joey, is jump in his car and leave to go get high. But he actually sat there and felt bad that he broke Joey's heart. He kept trying to come back and apologize. And even Joey was like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Just go back. But then I also kind of wonder, was it the producers encouraging that? Because the producers kept encouraging Joey to go back and talk to Michael after they pretty much talked everything out, and Joey or Michael said he didn't want to be with Joey. And I would have been the same way as Joey, like, okay, he said that, there's nothing else to talk about because I don't even want to see you. I'm the same way, like, I just want to walk away and not look at you before I say or do something stupid. I know Joey's probably really heartbroken and feeling dumb right now, but I feel like he's going to look back in the future and realize that this is one of the best blessings and best things that could have happened in this situation, and be grateful that things ended when they did. Because he could have got really hurt that one time, or he could have continued to get hurt every single day as Michael relapsed and continued to hurt him and potentially dragged him down and had Joey do something stupid. You know, Joey already almost lost his life from it. And if Michael's in his 40s and he still doesn't want to be sober, I don't know if anything will want to make Michael ever be sober at this point. I think he's just content with his life, using drugs and being in and out of prison. But that is pretty much it, guys. Joey and Michael are officially done. And I think that's pretty much it that happened in this episode. I do agree with what Joey said, that Michael just wants to end things with Joey because he wants to use and not have to feel ashamed about it. Which is sad because, you know, the halfway house he's in drug test him anytime he's not home by 10 p.m. So I know it's only a matter of time before they drug test him and it gets reported to his PO and he ends up going back to prison. But spoiler alert, we already know that he's back in prison now because he ended up violating his probation. And, you know, if he just would have tried and gave it a chance, then he could still be out here and thriving with Joey. I think they would be doing really good together if Michael would have just gave it a chance. But at least he was honest and stopped it before it got any worse than it was. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, I was on TikTok Shop, and I don't use it that much, but there's this couple in this Love After Lockup group, and they posted these t-shirts that say Fridays are for Love After Lockup, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Where'd you get it? And TikTok Shop has them for only $8.99, and the quality is good, and I actually got one, and for me, the shipping was only $3.99, so it was less than $15 between shipping and the t-shirt. So if you guys are interested in one of these shirts to wear on Friday nights, then check out my TikTok, and I do have it linked at the bottom of my TikTok. I will leave it linked in the description. All you have to do is click the Fridays are for Love After Lockup in my TikTok caption. So check that out if you guys are interested, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.